Hi everyone. Okay, interesting reading today. I heard the question is, what do your guides want you to do for yourself, for your well-being? Okay, so then you're gonna pick your cards. It's just one card. They're gonna tell us. And then I'm gonna possibly shuffle some more cards for clarification. All right, gonna open the energy and let's see what they have to say. All right, if you haven't picked your pile, please pause the video and pick it now, and then you can catch up, but we're going to get started now. Okay, so the first card, sorry, I almost knocked the camera over. First card, my first group, sorry. Okay, here we go. First group. What do your guides want you to do for your well-being? Heal the inner child. Oh, this card is so beautiful. Look, Healer of Cups. And this is like the angel, the mother, the child, right? So heal the inner child. This is the Queen of Cups. This is nurture yourself. This is nurture yourself like a mother would. Mother yourself, nurture yourself, love yourself unconditionally, okay? Forgive yourself, which means letting go of the anger and resentment toward anything, any mistakes you perceive you've made, any habits you have that you are upset with yourself for, whatever it is, forgive yourself for anything and everything, like a mother would. A mother loves you no matter what. And, that's how you need to love yourself. Okay, so heal the inner child is what they're saying to you. What a beautiful, beautiful message and beautiful, beautiful card. I hear we're going to use the Star Tarot for something more for you. Let's see what it is. It is this card. It wants to pop up. Three of Swords. Okay, yeah. So the Three of Swords is all about facing your grief, facing your sorrow, facing your negative emotions, facing whatever it is, okay? And moving forward from it. So the Star, now I know where the Star card is being used. The Star Tarot has some beautiful, beautiful interpretations of these cards. So I'm going to look at this one and read it from the book because I'm sure there's going to be something beautiful in it for us. Okay, so cleansing is the key word for this, okay? The Three of Swords symbolizes a heavy heart that is carrying sorrow. Metaphorically, the intensity of the sorrow is so powerful, one wants to tear open their being so the pain inside can bleed out. It is not an easy time, and it calls for courage to accept and deal with the suffering you're holding within. The Three of Swords brings mental anguish, heartbreak, defeat, fear, loss, and unhappiness. But those experiences can bring the opportunity to transform sorrows into new insights and understandings. The key to the Three of Swords is not to bury your painful experiences, but to work through them by facing and surrendering to them, shifting the painful emotions and negative thinking to a neutral ground. The Three of Swords is a gift to transform sorrow and pain into healing and growth. Okay, I'm just going to pause there. I'm going to keep reading this, but you guys definitely have to do this process. So I'm going to hold this card in front of the screen so that you can take a screenshot of it. Whatever it is, whatever negative feeling, thought, emotion, whatever it is, okay? If it's a person, whatever it is that's getting you down, basically, choose to allow it. So say this: I choose to allow, accept, and acknowledge grief. I choose to remember, reveal, recognize, receive grief. I choose to forgive, trust, value, and honor grief. I choose to understand, believe in, love, and surrender grief. I am grief. Grief is me. I am complete. Okay, and you can say them one at a time. I choose to allow grief. I choose to accept grief. I choose to acknowledge grief, and it's even more powerful. Okay, what you're doing is you're forgiving and allowing and integrating grief. Okay, I always say that you can't have both sides. You can't have the coin unless you accept both sides of the coin. So you can't have happiness unless you accept sorrow. You can't have, joy unless you accept grief. Okay? So you need to choose to allow that emotion, okay? Then, once you've done that and it feels true, say it as many times as you need to. And this I am complete isn't just the end of the phrasing. It's also you're complete because now you've said, I am grief, grief is me. You've brought that back into your being. And in healing is wholeness, okay? Healing the inner child is making the inner child whole again. The inner child experiences everything, all emotions. It is everything. We are everything, right? So that's what you're doing here. You're bringing yourself back to completeness, back to wholeness. Then, because, of course, to have that wholeness, to have the coin, the whole coin, both sides of the coin, you need to choose to allow, accept, and acknowledge joy. Sometimes it's much easier to go through this process with the negative than it is the positive. Sometimes we think it's the negative that we're resisting, but it's actually the positive. Okay, so I just want you guys to go through this process whenever you need to, all right? So there's no doubt that the Three of Swords brings the experiences of heartbreak, despair, and grief. Its energy can immobilize one into feeling helpless, seeing life as hopeless. It indicates a sad time in life. Painful memories that are being held in the mind and heart need to be looked at, accepted, processed, and let go so one can heal. The Three of Swords encourages you to empty the sadness in your heart. The pain of losing something special is an individual experience that each person processes differently. There are stages of grieving. Denial, anger, guilt, vulnerability, loneliness, and depression. The ultimate goal is to take back your personal power and gain the strength back to begin to live your life at a renewed level. Understanding and wisdom come. As one door closes, another opens. The Three of Swords' silver lining is that it cleanses the mind and heart from the heaviness of life's pain. It brings truth and clarity to situations, relationships, or issues that have been in denial. It changes the focus of old emotional wounds and defeating thoughts to the present. Cleansing is not an easy process, but the rewards are many. Cleansing gives one a sense of lightness and strength. The cleanse of the Three of Swords detoxes and rejuvenates the spirit, so a new identity and perspective can emerge. You can do this, doing this process like I just gave you. You can get Reiki done on you. You can listen to Reiki music. You can listen to healing frequency music. You can listen, you can have energy work, anything, all kinds of things. Meditate, do yoga, whatever it is that gets you to your core of your being and feeling the emotions that sometimes you don't want to feel, okay? This card says you need to feel them, you need to face them, you need to let them be so that you can move on from them, okay? Otherwise, they get stuck, they get trapped, they create blockages, they create depression, they create immobilization, as this card says, right? So that's, yeah, allow the tears. It says, the Three of Swords enters. When the Three of Swords enters your reading, brace yourself for some tears. Tears are a form of cleansing. When you have cried your last tear, you begin the process of healing. Tools can be learned from counseling to help one forgive and to let go of pain and bring back love to the heart. Three of Swords brings you the fortitude and courage to process pain and suffering, moving it out of the heart and mind. The Three of Swords reminds one, this too shall pass. Okay? So, yeah. These two cards together. You want to heal the inner child. You need the inner child to feel everything that it was told it wasn't allowed to feel, to release all of the emotions, all of the sadness, all of the sorrow, all of the disappointment, all of the anger, all of the frustration, everything that the inner child has felt, okay, and still feels on an ongoing basis, face it in some way. So like I said, and like the card said, the book said, there's counseling that helps with that. There's so many avenues you can go. One will fit for you, one will work for you, maybe more will work than one, but you'll find the one, okay? And this process helps, okay? So that's my pile number one. That's what your guides want you to do for your wellness, all right? You guys go have a beautiful day, and I'm going to move on to my pile number two. Pile number two, what do your guides want you to do for your wellness, your well-being? Three of Cups, receive grace. That's so beautiful. Receive grace. Three of Cups, receive grace. you know. Three of Cups is such a joyful card. It's about sharing love and happiness and celebrating with your loved ones, okay? With the people that you really love, okay? So, yeah, I'm just asking how they want me to define grace for you, if they want me to define it for you. Grace. How can we define grace? Hold on. This is something I do sometimes. I actually just look up the words, because sometimes the words don't mean what we think they mean. So it's nice to just really make sure we know what we're talking about. Okay? So grace. Simple elegance or refinement of movement. Courteous goodwill. Okay? So those are the definitions, but I want to see I like to go to the origin of the words, because that often helps us to understand the word even more, okay? So, but grace is favor or goodwill, okay? So receiving grace is what they want you to do. Receive that goodwill, receive those favors, right? Okay, so the origin of the word grace is favor, kindness, esteem, okay? So, and pleasing, so that's the joy. So receive the joy, receive the kindness, receive the esteem, receive the favors. This is why it's so family oriented and friends and family oriented. Your loved ones doesn't, the people that cherish you and the people you cherish. This card often indicates, being with them and that. So if you're not able to be with them, reach out to them in some way. Today you can have video chats, just call them, whatever. But surround yourself with loved ones, friends, family, however you can, in whatever way that you can, so that you can receive that grace from them. But also surround yourself with your spirit family in your spirit world and receive grace from them, okay? Receive the grace, receive the joy, the kindness, all of that, okay? So open yourself, just say, actually, we're going to use this process again. I choose to allow, accept, and acknowledge grace. I choose to remember, reveal, recognize, receive grace. I choose to forgive, trust, value, honor grace. I choose to understand, believe in, love, and surrender grace. I am grace. Grace is me. I am complete. Okay? Do that to receive grace. And then do all the physical things. That's the energetic way of receiving it. So, now we're going to shuffle these cards, the Star Tarot, and get just one more piece of advice for you guys. All right. It's this card. There you go. It's this card. That's the one that wanted to come out. I felt it on my fingers as it was poking itself out, and it wanted to come out. Look at that, Temperance. So Temperance is a beautiful card to go with receiving grace. Remember I said receive it from your angels, your spirit family as well. And look at this card. In this card, I just noticed this now. You have the angel pouring this into your cup, right? You have her pouring these blessings, the grace, etc. So you just have to open yourself to receiving. And then look at this. The Temperance card is the same. She's pouring blessings. The angel's pouring blessings into your cup. So they want to give you blessings. They want to give you esteem. They want to give you joy. They want to give you kindness. They want to give you grace. Okay, favors, blessings. They want 1414 just showed up. Look that up. It's important. So yeah, they want to give you these things. They want you open to your receiving. Okay, so again, I choose to allow, accept, and acknowledge receiving grace. I choose to remember, reveal, recognize, and receive receiving grace. I choose to forgive, trust, value, honor receiving grace. I choose to understand, believe in, love, surrender receiving grace. I am receiving grace. Receiving grace is me. I am complete. Okay, that's the energetic way to do that and open yourself up to that. Do that as many times, as often as you want and need to, feel the need to, because it's going to shift things for you. I swear it will, if you do it until it feels like your heart is open to receiving grace, okay? So, 14, temperance. Temperance represents the alchemy of life, the magical blending of body and spirit. It brings transformation of an ordinary person into an enlightened one. The Archangel Michael stands between the setting sun and the rising moon, or the rising sun and the setting moon. Each transition, dusk or dawn, is a magical time. During these times, the veils become softer from the mountains of enlightenment and wisdom. A golden path from the sun and a silver path from the moon flow into the starry pool of the soul, blending, balancing, and mixing the two energies. The angel pours from the silver cup of the moon feminine and subconscious energies into the golden cup of the sun, masculine and conscious energies. Back and forth, the radiant liquid is being mixed between the cups, igniting one's life force and imagination. The magical fluid becomes a transformative elixir of love that unites opposites, brings inspiration and ideas into action. Temperance is number 14, the number of mental foundation, imagination, and will. It is the number of the awakened spiritual self integrated into the material world, the visionary, the alchemist who understands how the energies of nature, spirit, and humanity work together. Temperance helps melt away conflict. Its magical elixir blends and balances energies, bringing rebirth of the self. In this process, you begin to integrate the spiritual and material worlds of the conscious and subconscious self. Temperance combines and blends the mystical masculine and feminine energies to bring healing and promise. This promise of creation moves stagnation and ignites the life force and imagination. You begin to explore and expand your inherent individual talents in the world. Temperance is Latin for to mix. Temperance's job is to flow the creative energies of opposites back and forth, alchemically balancing, combining, and recombing, and recombining the components. Combine those two words, recombining the components of life and spirit until they mix into the ideal mixture or solution, creating harmony, balance, and beauty. As temperance flows with the inner balance of the cosmos, it guides you to blend and temper the energies of your inner and outer worlds, to expand and embrace the higher purpose, your higher purpose. Temperance is healing, inspiring, magical, and transformative. It brings balance, creativity, and energy to any project, relationship, or endeavor. Its calming energy can bring harmony and peace to anything that is disharmony. Practice the art of temperance with your emotions, attitudes, and beliefs. The quiet meditative energy of this key slowly ignites the powerful life force to birth magnificent creations. The energy of temperance is alive, magnetic, and beautiful, inspiring you to become the alchemist of your life. Okay? So that's what the book has to say about that. But it's so clear to me with the two cards together here, receiving grace, okay? And then temperance, the way that I've always read this card personally is they're pouring blessings from their cup to yours. Okay, and this is interesting because this was defined in the book. This is what they wanted me to read the book about. And this is the silver being the feminine energy and then the gold being the masculine energy. So it's the receiving energy pouring into the giving energy, the creative energy. So that's really interesting. So this would be the more passive energy pouring into the more active energy. So that tells me something as well, that you need to allow, by receiving, by receiving grace, you're actually giving as well, right? So just to yourself, right? So yeah, I mean, that makes sense. But it's really cool how they've depicted it here. So again, allow the blessings, receive the blessings, receive the grace, receive what they want to give you. They're both these cards, they're pouring, the angels are pouring blessings, they're pouring their grace into your cup. Open yourself to receive it. That's what they want for you. Okay? That's my pile number 2. You guys go have a beautiful day. All right, my pile number 3. Let's see what your spirit world team is asking you to do for your well-being. Oh, separation from the source. Okay, and this is the devil card. Don't be worried about it being the devil card. Separation from the source is interesting, and it's 15. 1 is individuality, independence, and 5 is being on the path. So this says to me that you're on the path of independence. You're on the path of individuality. And when they combine, it's a 6, which is the healer, healing energy, okay? Healing and actually abundance. I read the other day about that. It's yeah. Anyways, I've never seen it as that, but that's what it said somewhere. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. Makes sense. The more you heal, the more abundant your experiences will be. So separation from the source. We talked about this in a reading the other day. It is a gift. It is a gift. Okay, we often we're often so busy trying to get back to the state of unity, trying to get back to the oneness consciousness, trying to get back to all of that we forget that separation from the source is a gift. This is how we experience the world, the universe, the source itself, is by separating from it so we can see it, we can touch it, we can feel it, we can taste it, we can all the senses, right? We can know it, we can all the physical human senses. We don't have those when we're in the oneness, in the unity consciousness, for I mean, really in it, right? So see this as the gift that it is. They want you to allow your separation from the source, is what they're saying. Allow yourself to be human. That is what they want you to do, okay? So don't beat yourself up for being human. Don't beat yourself up for being separate from the source. Although we're always, trying to achieve a unity consciousness, we're not necessarily trying to achieve a unity experience, because that would mean that we would transition in a very, very, life-ending way, life as we know it. Not eternal life, but, physical life. Not asking you to do that. So they're saying live your life. Really, they're saying live your life, and embrace it. I'm hearing embrace it. Embrace the gift of life. Embrace the gift of life. No matter your life, no matter what it looks like right now, as imperfect as it might be, embrace the gift of life. Okay. So, and now we're getting one of these star cards for you to help clarify the message. Let's see which one comes. Okay, we've got it. Strength. Look at that. So this is how you gather strength. I said that actually the other day. We gain strength and we evolve through this separation. This is how the source gains strength. This is how we gain strength. This is how we evolve. This is the strength card. Is you gain strength through love and compassion, right? Through being loving and compassionate. That's your strength, is being loving and compassionate. She's not dominating this lion. She is loving and compassionate toward the lion, and not afraid of the lion, and therefore he's not afraid of her, and they can coexist. And that is true strength, right? That is true strength. And we have the 8 here, the infinity symbol, and we have the 8 here. So the abundance, the infinity, the balance, the harmony, it's all there, right? So, so the gift of being separated from source is this journey to gain this strength through compassion and love. I'm just going to the book for the strength card here, because this book has very unique interpretations of the cards. So strength, discovering your inner truth and courage. Yeah. It's discovering you. This journey is discovering you, discovering your inner truth and courage. We're all the source, and we're all one, but we're all also individual pieces of that source and that one. And we all have a part to play, and we all have a part to evolve and grow. And that's what this card is talking about. Strength puts you on the threshold of discovery, testing your faith, truth, and courage. It tests your integrity and stamina when difficult or challenging situations arise. Strength works from the truest form of self-love and knowing that the soul self. Okay? It awakens your instinctual nature, lighting your soul into creative energy, adventure, passion, and love for life. Remember, I said they want you to embrace your life, live your life. Right? So this is saying it awakens your instinctual nature, okay? Igniting your soul into creative energy, okay? passion and love for life. And that's what this card is about. The Devil card is not a bad card. It's just about a very physical human experience that exists. Okay, so the next thing the book says is your human instincts and your spiritual intuition work together, creating and enforcing the inner strength to follow your bliss. Strength's number is 8, the number of abundance manifestation, which is what this is all about, and karma. When your inner strength shines through you, you are radiant with the lust for life. It releases your passion. Your heart is open, full, and strong. The strength of love and compassion flow from you without expectation. The faith and trust you have in yourself and your abilities unfold into creative power, opening you to the awe and wonders of the world and the cosmos. Okay, so that's, you can't see the world and the cosmos unless you individualize yourself from it. Okay, that's how I'm going to say it. The fears that once kept you trapped melt away. Inner strength brings you to the present. When you live your life in the present, you see through the soul of the strength card. You are not living through the reactive ego strength, but from the instinctual, compassionate, and intuitive strength. You understand you. You understand nature. You understand the world. And you understand that you, nature, and the world and the divine are one. Okay, so even within the separation, you're still one. Okay? Strength brings patience and a still point to view life from a holistic and collective perspective. Okay? So the strength card encourages you to begin the process of self-discovery by stretching the mind, heart, and soul to open and to trust. And then you can move forward, living your life creatively and authentically in the ever-changing world. Strength whispers, the time is now, your life experience is now. Make a move. You have a choice to stay safe, though you never are safe from change, or you have a choice to embrace life, like I said, embrace life and all of its experiences. That's what this card is about, okay? Taking the good with the bad, seeing the possibilities and potentials of both, knowing that with every experience there's an opportunity to learn and expand beyond the present situation. Uncertainty can bring feelings of resistance that unfold into fear. Uncertainty is part of being human, okay? Yet it can teach you to bring your courage, okay, and faith, trust and faith to the forefront. Whatever decision, change, or challenge arises, address each one with the gifts of this card. Find your inner strength to confront the fears and feelings that block you from living an expansive life. The more you practice this, the stronger you become. Your spiritual strength will bless you with inner peace and a passion for life. The strength card gifts you confidence, courage, creativity, faith, patience, and the endurance to release fears and resolve conflicts. It presents solid and reliable sources to you, bringing compassion, composure, and peace to any unsettled situation. This card indicates an exciting time that awakens your heart to explore your new horizons and follow your dreams and true destiny. It represents the strength and power of self-love. With the strength card energy, you realize that your true purpose is to evolve every day. That's what I said. We all have a part to play, right? And every time you practice this, your being radiates wisdom, truth, and courage. Beautiful. Beautiful. Don't resist separation from source. It is a gift. The devil is not anything to fear. You've probably noticed this by now, but the devil is lived, spelled backwards, and evil is live, spelled backwards. So all this stuff about the devil is just a focus. The devil, whatever, it's just a focus on material versus spiritual. But we need both. As this card said, we need both. We need to experience, we need both to evolve. We need to experience both to evolve. It's focused on individuality and separation, right? Instead of unity and oneness. But that's okay because it all exists together, right? As these cards are saying. And what a beautiful, beautiful reading. So that's what they want you to do today. They want you to embrace life. They want you to embrace being human. They want you to embrace separation from the source as the opportunity and gift that it is to focus on your self-discovery and your creativity and your expansion and your evolution, because when you focus on that, it expands and evolves all. Okay? That is your message for today. I hope it helps, and I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye-bye.